The day HOA President Cynthia Whitaker showed up at my driveway with two fake cops wielding zip ties, she made the biggest mistake of her power-hungry life. Picture this, 6:47 a.m. Coffee steaming in my hand, the morning dew fresh on the grass, when these clowns in polyester uniforms march up, announcing I'm under arrest for an unauthorized vehicle. My FBI-issued Chevy Silverado *** parked right there on my own property, and these idiots have no clue I've spent 15 years busting real crooks, drug lords, money launderers, white-collar scams, and now they're trying to cuff me like some backyard bandit. What would you do if fake police tried hauling you off your own driveway? Drop a comment below. Where are you watching from? I bet your HOA has some crazy tales. 2. By the time the feds were done, Cynthia lost her home, her marriage, and $350,000 she couldn't afford. But this revenge epic starts with a simple truck. My name is Ethan Harper, and after 15 years chasing financial criminals for the FBI, I thought I'd found peace in Riverside Meadows, a neighborhood of 847 homes with decent folks and an HOA that once charged just $45 a month for upkeep. Keywords: once. I drive a modified Chevy Silverado, lifted, reinforced, tinted windows. Nothing flashy, just reliable. When you're tailing launderers through rural hideouts, you need a rig that won't bog down in mud. The diesel growl is like a loyal watchdog. After years in bland government cars that scream "Fed," I wanted something every day. For 3 months, life was golden. The scent of mowed lawns, sprinklers whispering at dawn, neighbors waving hello. I'd left the undercover grind behind for good. Then the board flipped, and Cynthia Whitaker slimed her way to the top. Imagine every HOA nightmare rolled into one. Bleached hair, god complex, oversized shades fused to her face, clipboard like a scepter, measuring everything with the zeal of a forgotten hall monitor. But here's the twist. She didn't just run the HOA. She owned Riverside Compliance Services, the firm she hired to handle enforcement. And guess who's hitched to deputy? Sheriff Tom Whitaker? Yep, Cynthia had married into local law enforcement. The setup was so transparent, it almost offended my investigative instincts. 3 weeks into her rule, a glaring orange notice was zip-tied to my mailbox. $300 for a commercial vehicle in a residential zone. My truck, unchanged for months, was suddenly an issue. Height over 72 inches. I measured and spotted 6 identical trucks nearby. Fines for them: 0. I rang the HOA office. Cynthia's voice sliced like a knife. Those owners comply elsewhere. What elsewhere? Board discretion overrides rules. I'd grilled kingpins who made more sense. I demanded written standards. Her certified reply: the board reserves discretionary enforcement based on community standards and resident cooperation. Translation: bow down or pay up. The snap of her tape measure became my wake-up call. She'd prowl at dawn, clipboard clutched like a shield, sniffing for infractions. Her perfume clashed with my truck's exhaust during compliance chats. But patterns emerged. Find homes had political signs she hated, blue-collar rides, or owners who challenged her. The rustle of her cheap suit signaled biased bullying. The 14-day appeal window? A farce. Meetings Wednesdays at 2 p.m., assuming everyone's free. Miss it? Tough luck. Pay up. This wasn't about standards. It was control, turning the HOA into her cash machine. What Cynthia didn't know, she'd tangled with a guy who dismantled untouchables for a living. I was about to school her on what happens when you cross the wrong Fed. 2 weeks on, another orange slip, $500 for intimidating an official. My sin. Asking for docs at a public meeting. She'd gone pro at twisting questions into threats. But she was ramping up. She launched the Riverside Safety Patrol, neighbors in yellow vests, clipboards in hand, like a mini police state. The vinyl stink mixed with my morning Joe ass. These rent-a-cops patrolled, snapping pics of my every move. Mailbox run. Janet from down the street documents it. Backing out. Bob plays photographer. I'd been schooled in real surveillance. These rookies were as subtle as a parade. While they played spy, I traced the money like old times. Public records were gold. Cynthia's firm billed $2,400 monthly for services, plus Tom's $800. For security, old managers charged $400 total, a 700% hike. No bids, No emergencies, just her hiring herself. I printed it all: records, statutes, bid rules. At the next meeting, fluorescence. Humming, I stacked binders. Explain these no-bid deals, I said, sliding finances over. Her fingers drummed like Morse code in panic. Emergency provisions allow sole source, she spat. What emergency? Mrs. Thompson's cat in a tree. Laughter rippled. Her face bloomed red. I slapped down the statute. Bids required over $1,000 sans documented emergency. No docs. Board authority. Then docs should be easy. Silence, chairs creaking as folks leaned in. She trembled. Post-meeting, 3 residents approached like rebels. Lisa from Elm Lane. Fined for 3 pumpkins. Mike from Pine Drive. Hit for wildflowers. Mrs. Lee, cited for loitering while dog walking. We'd all questioned her. Cynthia's reply, preliminary lien on my house. Not for the truck, but the intimidation. I couldn't appeal yet. This was extortion in HOA drag. The community center's musty air hosted our growing group. Lisa's cookies tasting like defiance. Mike researched. Cynthia's prior gig in Nevada ended in a lawsuit for mismanagement. She bolted pre-depo. I ran FBI checks. Her license suspended twice for client lies. Tom had 3 IA complaints for power abuse, including bogus arrests. These weren't newbies. They were serial offenders in a fresh pond. I looped in a top HOA lawyer for consults. Documented encounters with pro-surveillance. Built financial forensics showing fund drains. Our group swelled to 8. Coffee and rebellion sense blending. That's when the enforcement division overreached. Mailbox stroll. Kyle approaches. Jaywalking citation. In a sidewalk-free hood? HOA rules trump municipal. They invented laws. Kyle demanded ID. You're civilians. Certified. Enforcers with authority. He called 911. Non-compliant resident refusing orders. I smiled. They'd summoned real cops on a Fed for mail. While waiting, I phoned my FBI buddy Alex. That 1983 case? It's gold. Neighbors popped out. Mrs. Thompson with her cat, the Roberts with chairs, even hermit Mr. Sanchez. Sirens wailed. First cop, neutral. Second, Deputy Tom Whitaker, backup for his wife's goons. Conflict glaring. Problem, refusing compliance and ID. I flashed creds. Asterisk, asterisk, Ethan Harper, asterisk, asterisk, FBI. You've tried detaining a Fed for mail. Kyle blanched, dropping ties. Brad backed up. Tom paled, knowing his wife's scheme just hit federal radar. But Cynthia doubled down. Days later, real cops at my door. She claimed threats. During the mailbox spat, Tom led, with Officer Ramirez as witness, hands shaky. $800 consulting unpaid volunteer. Sure. Interview over, Ramirez said, sniffing the mess. I played. Audio, their authority claims. Tom cycled colors. Mike, escalate. 1983 violations, RICO potential. We spent hours building the file. Fraud audio, rights breaches, 8 witnesses. But Cynthia went nuclear. Morning load up, 2 new cops in SWAT gear, zip ties ready. HOA arrest for vehicle mods. Due on their tactical vests. Aftershave clashing with my Joe. Before proceeding, I'm Special Agent Ethan Harper, FBI. Badge gleamed. Unlawful detention of a Fed. Color drained. Ties dropped. Following orders. Whose? Mrs. Whitaker. Perfect. Her final nail. Neighbors watched. Mrs. Thompson hugging her cat. Roberts sipping coffee. I called Alex. Send the team. Detention. Impersonation. Conspiracy. Sirens swelled. Her kingdom met Uncle Sam. While agents documented, my lawyer called. Office now. Leather and justice sense. She slid the contract. Page 47. Her firm got 15% of fines plus $2,400 base. Every harassment cashed in. No bids, no disclosure. Accountant crunched. Old fines $3,000 yearly. Hers $47,000 in 8 months. 1,500% spike. $7.50 per dollar to her, plus Tom's fees. Reserves plummeted from $89,000 to $31,000. $12,000. Repairs, sans proof. License expired 14 months. Unlicensed ops, no bond. IRS flags, unreported income. Mail fraud per notice, wire per payment. RICO systematic. Asterisk, asterisk, Alex, asterisk, asterisk. Organized fraud, federal. Our alliance hit 31 families. Scanning parties, Lisa's cookies defiant. Mike mapped enforcements, clustered on wrong signs, vehicles. Challengers. Mrs. Lee's 200-page chronicle, gold. My spreadsheets tied complaints to retaliations. Cynthia hired a PI, backfired on my Fed status. She shredded docs, spread rogue agent. Rumors. Flyers warned of surveillance. Tom claimed charity work. War Room Tuesdays. Coffee justice. Rebecca Turner, reporter, fact-checked. Blatant. Hashtag fake HOA cops trended. Doorbell vids viral. Tech prep. Sound. Overflow. Streaming. Alex attended civilian. AG rep. Police chief briefed. Media. Live from 3 stations, 2 papers, Rebecca's crew. C&D to division. Felony warnings. Parliamentary drills for removal. Cynthia canceled our meet, citing threats. Hired guards. Flyers warned of violence. Call scared elders. Vandalized my mailbox. Tips frame me for sprinklers. Anonymous claims flooded cops. I got injunctions freezing assets. FBI van as cable repair recorded. AG warrants ready. Banking flags for transfers. PI found her Cayman accounts. Escape prep. Community. For 150 RSVPs. Overflow. Biz snacks. Carpools. Mrs. Lee's chronicle ready. Lisa packets. Mike visuals. Tension buzzed. Whispers. Notes. Postal worker offering security. Cynthia's 2 p.m. dissolution. 12 allies. Loot $60,000. FBI captured. Distribute immediately. Allies fidgeted. Transfers. Frozen. Alerts triggered. At 7 p.m. Center packed. Cameras rolling. AG rep. Threatens every homeowner. Applause thundered. I podiumed with binders. Criminal enterprise. Flowchart. Fines to her pocket. Gasp. Tom S. fees. Fake Eunice. Intimidations. Grocery audio. Make problems disappear. Eruption. Shouts. Demands. Alex stood. Charges for conspiracy, fraud, rights violations. Cheers. Whistles. Cynthia. Grabbed Mike. Witch hunt. Ethan S. rogue. Silence. I rose. Creds high. Not rogue. Just damn good at my job. You got caught. Ovation rattled windows. Cynthia crumpled. Votes. Removal 447 to 3. Suit unanimous. Warrants served on stage. Cuffs clicked. Cameras whirred. Kyle. Jake led away. Residents thanked. Mrs. Lee teared. Mrs. Thompson hugged. Mr. Sanchez shook hands. Justice echoed as feds hauled them off. 6 months later, justice hit like fine wine. Cynthia pleaded to mail/wire fraud, conspiracy. 18 months federal time. $67,000 restitution from Caymans. License revoked. HOA banned for life. Tom fired. Charged for abuse. Career torched. Pension frozen. Kyle. Jake. Probation. Security ban. Now flipping burgers. Community reborn. Fees. $25. Legit managers. 94% satisfaction. Values up 12%. Transparency Foundation from recovered funds aided 23 hoods. Case sparked laws in 5 states. Bidding mandates. No percentage fees. I testified for Homeowner Protection Act. Story insert programs. Grad courses. Board elected. My skills vet contracts. Templates downloaded 75,000 plus. Justice Day. Barbecue. Music. Notice shredding. Scholarships for law/public admin kids. Media. Investigations. Docs. Lifetime flick. Soften Cynthia. FBI offices requested templates. Lisa. 3 hoods need the *** Riverside *** fed. It's epidemic. Our win empowers. Coffee. Peace since now. Kids play. Chat sans fear. But was Cynthia a monster, or did unchecked power warp her? How many HOAs breed tyrants? Share your HOA nightmares below. Is absolute power always corrupting, or can oversight stop it? Debate justice versus mercy in comments. Build a movement against suburban despots. Subscribe for more. Tales of everyday heroes smashing corrupt regimes.